we go. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite or Mite. I am Jim Ross, here with Lois and with Wade Barrett. And today on Dynamite or Mite, we're going to be seeing, we're going to be seeing a good, we're going to see, well, it looks like we're going to be seeing Ijax here. Or Nijax here, or however you go by saying her name, Jim Ross says. Yep. Because we all know that she she wants to get a winnings. Yeah, well, she was at one time a TWF hard-made fighter many times. She was a TWF 24/7 fighter until she lost it to Dylan, Jim Ross said. That's right, Elois said. That's what happened. She seems to have had some bad luck when it comes to winnings. Oh, I wouldn't call it bad luck, Wade Barrett said. I would just call it, really bad booking. So, it seems to me that someone out here believes that they are the greatest of all time. It seems to me that someone out there thinks they're the shit. So, who am I talking about when I'm saying that? Well, you have this man calling himself Luke Harper, Brody Lee, whatever you want to call yourself. And he thinks he's so great, but he's not. I mean, he's most likely just someone who saw Killian Cross during Killian Cross's time in WWE, both on NXT and Raw before they let him go, and then thought he was greater. Then he thought he could outdo that. Is that right, huh? Did you believe you can beat me, huh? Did you somehow said that I just knocked off Killian Cross? I didn't knock off Killian Cross. No one hasn't seen Killian Cross in months. He didn't really do that much. Oh yeah, he was a former two-time WWE NXT heavyweight fighter when he was on NXT, but when he went to Raw, he just got lost match after match, and then he was just let go. So don't you come out here and say that I'm like him. Well, first off, I'm going to say this, Brody Lee or Luke Harper, whoever you call yourself, I don't care. At the end of the day, I think that you're the one that's going to get beat. Is that so? How am I going to get beat? By you? You, the former TWF hard-made fighter, the former TWF 24/7 fighter, before he ended up losing it to Dylan? Yeah. So why not? If I put the winnings on the line, then at the end of the day, I'll beat you too. Well, alright, since you feel like you want to put your winnings on the line, Astronema says. And you're fighting a Disney Marvel self this time. Oh no, I'm fighting Disney Marvel now? Fuck! I can't get away from Disney selves, can I? I guess you can't. Well, Astronema says I guess you can't. So here today on Dynamite or Mite, we're going to see the TWF YouTube winnings on the line with Ijax fighting Luke Harper or Brody Lee, whoever he likes to call himself these days. And Ecliptor says, we're going to start, and Ecliptor says, you bitch about how you don't like to fight Disney Pixar selves. Well, now you're fighting a Disney Marvel self. And yeah, you can't seem to get away from Disney selves, can you? Just like you can't get away from anything else out there. So, let's get this match going, Ecliptor says. Yeah, Astronema says, since you think you're so great and everything, Luke Harper, Brody Lee, whatever you want to call yourself, we'll have the match. The TWF YouTube winnings will be on the line again, will be on stake here again today on Dynamite, or might. Well, he's doing the match now, Ecliptor says. Well, we just heard from Astronema in Ecliptor. So now we just heard from Astronema, and that means that it's gonna be fuck. Well, Jim Ross said it means it's gonna be Ajax fighting Brody Lee or Luke Harper here for the TWF YouTube winnings. Jim Ross said, that's right, Lois says. Brody Lee has been, so far he has only been fighting Disney Pixar selves. Now he's fighting Disney Marvel selves. What is it with Luke Harper, Brody Lee fighting Disney selves? Either it be Disney Pixar, Disney Marvel. What is it with him fighting Disney selves? I don't get it. Well, this is for the TWF YouTube winnings. First, he is Luke Harper or Brody Lee. He is the TWF YouTube fighter, and she is Ajax. Ding ding ding. Well, more like the McDonald's Happy Meal offshoot of Ajax. Oh, Luke Harper just took down Ajax, and he body slammed Ajax, who getting beat up right now by Luke Harper or Brody Lee. Jim Ross says. Oh, we can just hear it now, Waybear. We can just hear it now, Lois said. Some AEW follower coming on and saying, Luke Harper was his WWE for old name. Luke Harper was his bondage name. His name is Brody Lee now. Yeah, we could hear that, Lois says. Wade Barrett said, who cares what the man's ring name is? Luke Harper, Brody Lee. The man's one hell of a great wrestler. When he's not bitching about wrestling Disney sells. And Ajax getting beat up right now by Luke Harper or Brody Lee, Jim Ross says. And Luke Harper right now is coming back with that elbow, that made him the WWE Orlando fighter, the WWE NXT team fighter, the WWE SmackDown team fighter, and the AEW TNT fighter at one time. And Luke Harper, Brody Lee, 1, 2, and Ajax picked him up and body slammed him. Luke Harper, Brody Lee, in a bind right now. And if he was starting to get followers into his followers on his team, wouldn't you think Killian Cross would have been one of them, Jim Ross says? Well, it's hard to say, Wade Barrett said, if Killian Cross would want to be a follower of Brody Lee or Luke Harper. Killian Cross tends to be a man who's a leader to himself. And now, Ajax coming off. Brody Lee just knocked her down. It's over here. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner. And still, the TWF YouTube fighter, Brody Lee. And now Luke Harper or Brody Lee still in the ring because he's got something to say. So Ajax or Nijax or whatever they call you, you're just the McDonald's Happy Meal offshoot of the doll. I saw the other doll at Walmart, but it's worth way too much, like mine was. So you seem to think that you're so great and everything. You thought that you could become the TWF YouTube fighter. You thought that you could beat me. You know. You thought that you had to win over me. Well, that's where you were wrong. I do getting followers. Hey, who is that? That's Scarlett O'Dove, the wife, and also the business overseer of Killian Cross. Killian Cross is knocked down, beating up on Ajax and put in a crosslock. The crosslock. Keep your name out of my mouth! And Brody Lee, I think we could do the Dark Gathering. The TWF offshoot of the Dark Gathering. Yeah, I like your way. Well, it's kind of sad. What we just saw there, Jim Ross says, was a sad thing we saw. We now know that Brody Lee and Killian Cross now seem to be friends, and they now seem to be on the same side now. What do you think is going to happen between Brody Lee and Killian Cross? Well, I don't know, Elois said. I didn't want Brody Lee to start getting followers like The Undertaker did, or like Bray Wyatt did, or like what Edge did, or is doing now. But Brody Lee does have followers. All of his followers are at Walmart, but all of them are worth way too much. I'll tell you one thing Wade Barrett says. I believe that Brody Lee is starting his own offshoot of Dark Gathering, the TWF offshoot, and if we can just seek Edge, then I think it will all just come together. At least that's my belief. So you think Edge has something to do with it? Well, Gorilla Monsoon is now going to be talking with Brody Lee, formerly Luke Harper. Alright, Jim Ross, I'm going to be talking with Brody Lee, formerly Luke Harper. Brody Lee, you are still the TWF YouTube fighter. But can you tell me, what is you and Killian Cross doing? I'm starting my followership, my team, known as the Dark Gathering. And we're going to start getting followers. Killian Cross is the first follower of mine. And I'm sure there'll be others. And I know they're going to say, oh, well, you're offshooting from The Undertaker. You're offshooting from Bray Wyatt. Oh, Edge is offshooting from you. May have been true and all. But soon, when we dig out Edge, when we seek out where Edge is at, then the guessing team, or the Dark Gathering will begin. And I already found my first follower, Killian Cross. Well, Killian Cross, you've been gone for some time. Yeah, I've been gone for some time, Killian Cross goes. And someone just couldn't keep their name out of my mouth. So now I happen to be a follower of Brody Lee or Luke Harper, whatever you want to call him. And I'm telling you now, I'm back, and what we just did to Ajax, we'll do to anyone else. No one else frightens the Dark Gathering. Yeah, because the Dark Gathering is a very evil team, Gorilla Monsoon, and no one dare do anything to us. They either fear us or give us onlook. Well, the Dark Gathering starting up with Brody Lee and Killian Cross and Scarlett O'Dove. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Brody Lee and Killian Cross here today, and Scarlett O'Dove here today on Dynamite or Might. And it looks like it is all the time we have here for Dynamite or Might. I am Jim Ross for Elois and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Dynamite or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact on Access TV or Smash on Inside Farseer.